Well, a very pleasant good day. Have you ever enjoyed the experience of going to a resort? It could be a cabin at the Lake of the Ozarks or a hideaway deep in the Ouachita Mountains of northern Arkansas. Or perhaps a more distant destination such as Gulf Shores, Alabama, or maybe even Aruba. Wherever you choose to go, whether it's near or far, there's just something invigorating and refreshing about getting away from the normal, everyday pressures you and I face and taking in some times of refreshment. After all, life is tough, at least at times. Things pile up in our lives. Income tax, the flu, marital tensions, job challenges, financial and health setbacks. I've had them all. So have you from time to time. Really, you might be able to adjust to 1, 2, or even 3 or 4 or more of those, but, well, really any more than 5 or 6, and you feel as though you're just not going to make it through life. You're heavy with the weight of life, which is exactly why Jesus himself has issued you a most wonderful invitation. In Matthew 11, he said, "Come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." As one author has stated, Jesus has carried all our sins to the cross. His presence and forgiveness lighten every load. So indeed, the yoke Christ lays upon us is sweet. And then this author concludes by saying this: where sin has been forgiven and the conscience has been liberated from the burden and sting of sin, then a Christian can bear everything easily. That's because that person has been to God's resort. And you don't need to travel to Acapulco to go there, because he's right there with you, even as I speak. Indeed, he will never not be with you. His death on the cross means he has an eternal investment in you that will never quit. Jesus once spoke these familiar faith-strengthening words. He said, "Lo, I'm with you always, even to the end of the world." The word "lo" in the original means take notice. In other words, this is a big deal. I am with you. German Lutheran Bishop Hans Lilje, rudely arrested and thrown into prison by the Nazis during World War II, describes his impressions when the guards would scamper for cover as the Allied bombers dropped their deadly load. He said, "When the guards had fled, and we were alone up there in the darkness, we felt as if their power had been removed. For a few brief moments, at least at any rate, we felt the pressure of their authority lifted. And we knew ourselves to be in the hands of the Lord of life and death." Yes, you are. Today, you are indeed in the hands of the Lord of life and death. Does it get any better than that? So don't let going to the Lord be your last resort. Resort to Him first, since He is exactly what you need to restore your strength and your hope for the future. The psalmist in Psalm 71 has written, "Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. For thou art my rock and my fortress." The words of Jesus resound down the centuries of time to this very day. "Come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Christ is, for you and for me, our eternal resort. Talk to you, God willing, next week.